Billboard Philippines Volumes.
On this episode of Volumes, we have the Indian alternative cover stars on the show. Sandwich is here to talk about their music and a lot more, only here on Volumes.
Billboard Philippines Volumes.
So, welcome everyone to Billboard Philippines Volumes, where we turn up the stories on your favorite artists. And today I'm with a very special guest, Jason Gabala, our music editor here at Billboard Philippines, and of course our cover stars for the Indian alternative issue, Sandwich. I'm here with Mong,
Thanks for having
Myrene,
us.
Raymond, Diego, and Mike. Thank you so much for being here
Thanks
today.
for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, I guess to start out with this one, just a little bit of a personal experience, but when I knew we were gonna interview today, a personal memory came up driving down the road in Dumaguete, and my dad was blasting the song Nahuhulog.
Wow.
And he doesn't speak a word of Tagalog, I swear. He doesn't understand it at all, but he really related with your guys' music. And it's just something that really came to mind when I knew you guys were going to be here today. And I guess something that I wanted to talk about today was what are some of the songs throughout Sandwich's career that really bring up a visceral memory for you guys? At any point, can be new or old.
Visceral memory.
Yeah.
Could be about, writing it, playing it for the first time, or
Exactly.
recording it.
I'll go first. Procrastinator sounds exactly like how I felt it
Hell
when I
yeah.
wrote it. Sandwich was playing Hong Kong with Pedicab
Oof.
at
Okay.
the time, and the plane was late, and we were literally running from the airport to trains up the steps of Lang Kwai Fong,
Yeah.
just trying to catch the show that we were gonna rock.
Yes.
And we knew we were gonna destroy that.
As long
Yes.
as long as we could get there.
Yeah. Only if we could get there.
Yeah.
But we were going to destroy. And that's how it feels. And that's how it feels when we play it live or when we recorded it.
Yeah.
And when we were writing it, that's how it felt.
I remember watching that song, I think, on Mix, and then Diego was explaining how to play it. Something like that. It was like the
wow.
chords are two. I was like, oh my God. I went to my room directly and started playing
Such is
it.
the secret of all
Yeah,
my
it's epic. Yeah. More memories from span of your career?
Two Trick Pony,
Oh, hell yeah. Great one.
because it was actually we started playing it before we recorded it, I think. And so a lot of people who came to see us knew the song already.
Mhm.
And then that was a time when we had Yahoo groups. That's how you could get your
Your music out there? Yeah.
and your most diligent listeners.
Core fan base,
Yeah,
community.
your fan base. Yeah,
listers.
yeah,
Yes.
together. And then so for some Two Trick was had gotten big before we even realized it, and then we made a video.
Yep.
With our listers in directed by Diego and RA, and in a friend's house,
Yeah.
Nick Spuno. So it's like a real DIY affair.
So the
It was
house party that you see in the video technically really was
Well,
just sort of
just
like
a
a
house
house
Yeah,
party.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
So that's the memory of the song for me. Yes,
Plus, the song
Everyone-
was
everyone
influenced.
getting together. Yeah,
It was
Why-
influenced by the movie 24-Hour
Party
Party
People.
People. So that's the whole vibe of the song and the music video and the community at the
Okay.
time.
it all just came together. Which was cool.
Ako rin, same answer with
Yeah.
Myrene in Two Trick Ponies.
Two Trick Pony.
Kasi based yun sa riff that Jeg was playing after the rehearsal.
It was
He was just doodling around and he played this riff na dang ding 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 ding. Oh,
Yep.
that's a cool intro,
It's the same.
diba? pero Jegs,
We living off those chords right now.
sabi natin, right in the middle, there has to be a parang bounce.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. Yeah, that's how.
That's how they wrote it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have a sleeper song.
Okay, go.
Here's mine. Mine is a song of ours that I really, really feel, can I explain it? Very emotional. It's a song called Balintawak.
Okay.
The lyrics were made by Mong, and I think it's lyrically one of the best, not just Sandwich songs, but one of the best songs that, for me, this is personally, that I feel.
Oh, thank you.
And and my dad, who doesn't really comment on our stuff, and we've done a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and he's a writer, and he told me, ang ganda na kanta na to.
I love that.
So I remember,
level.
and so and I didn't know that Mong wrote it. In fact, I called Rames.
Yeah.
You know, Rames, parang ano, and then sabi niya, si Mong yun, so, ay Mong, galing.
Thanks, ha?
Sorry. Hindi. But I'm just being honest. 'Cause I didn't
Hindi lang
know.
obvious.
Hindi ko naman ano eh. So that to me, and because it's a nationalistic song, and the music is also para sa akin yung the tremolo,
Top notch.
there's parts of it, and it makes me feel, even when I'm playing it, parang na-emotion. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Na-emotional ako when I hear it, and it's our song, and it's just like, this is one of my favorite things to play, and I'm very proud of it. That's just mine.
Hindi ko nga maalala ba't ko sinulat eh. Pina-homework mo ba, Rims?
Yes.
Oh.
I had the chorus.
Wait, go into this.
We were
Wait,
conditioned.
It was for the musical, right? The
It's for-
Rockers.
for-
Society.
Yeah.
Oh, may theme.
I just had the
talaga siya.
chorus.
Bonifacio pala siya.
And then
Well,
it's
yeah.
like, just
I wrote
finish
that
the song.
I wrote it. And saka yung the outro parts, to me, still gives me goosebumps. And that's us. And then there's a part there where Mong does the slide guitar parts. I do the and then there's a everything's there. Parang,
Yeah.
Perfect.
perfect.
Oh.
Actually, I didn't want to say it, but it just sounds so perfect for me when we're doing it. And then it ends bam, 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 and it's just dead silent. And I'm like, wow, stick.
It hits.
It's a weird
Yeah.
feeling, but that's how I feel when we do that song. And it's very rare. Actually, we don't get to do it. We should do it more,
Yeah.
more often.
G.
You want the song to resonate with you to be able to play it at
Exactly.
maximum
That's why
capacity.
I'm
anyway.
very
Yes,
excited when I see
yes.
the set list. Like, oh, ito na.
The more you're
Yes.
feeling it, you get the crowd feeling it too.
That's what we think too.
Hell
Yes.
yeah. Love
Yes.
that.
I have 3.
You know
Three
what? We want to
songs.
hear all 3 of those.
Where's this balintawak?
Because it's
the one you
wrote.
Did you not hear those parts?
The first 2 connected. Okay, so I've been lucky enough to be both part of Sandwich and be a fan of Sandwich. The
Awesome.
first 2 would be, so I wasn't part of the band. This was in, I'd say, around 2004.
Hmm.
20 years ago.
Wow.
I was working my first job. I came from just down the hill, actually, where the old Robina offices were.
Mm.
I think I biked home, and they were jamming something in A. Jeng 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 jeng, and sa bahay lang, because I was constantly late to work, so I decided to go rent an apartment with Diego. So we were flatmates for 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
That's awesome.
I wasn't part of the band.
Mm.
They're jamming something in A, and they were saying this whole song will be in A, and they're just singing "Sunburn." That's it. I came home to that song, so I really remember it. So twofold. So I was still not part of Sandwich, and then Diego comes home. Like ako yung housewife nun eh.
Mm.
So
Honey, I'm home.
Not a
Honey,
bad
I'm home.
spot to be in.
How was your...
Diego comes home, and then grabe naman tong homework ni Raymond, di ko maintindihan.
Raymond
Binigyan
doesn't know
ko siya
this.
ng kanta, binalik sa akin drums lang. So ang homework, Rames has this habit of making songwriting either musical
Unnecessarily
exercise
difficult.
or unnecessarily difficult. So there was a song. So Diego, as a guitar player, parang write riffs. Pero si Rames was like, I will deconstruct this whole
he
thing,
cannot
and I
make
will
riffs.
just give Diego just hi-hats and kick. I will not tell him where the snare, where the bass will be, and that's
Bawal
so.
chords.
Ah?
Sabi ko,
Bawal
bawal
pati
chords.
Bawal
What's
chords.
that?
Bawal chords.
What will you put here? Pero bawal 3 notes at one time. And that song became Walang Kadala-dala.
Oh, what?
I remember kasi binigay sa akin ni Diego yung tape. Then I kind of wrote some stuff on it without being part of the band.
Mhm.
And yun. Then third, maybe the last song na I really remember writing New Romancer. So it was part of what? Fat Salt and Flame?
I think so. Fat Salt and Flame.
So New Romancer, I've always had this idea na Myrene's voice over Sandwich. Parang idea ko lang siya for the longest time. So I was able to do it. Tapos, I was thinking, ano yung mga pwedeng mangyari? Yung whole song, so usually songs, or when you write songs where you're wanting to tell a story, right? When I was writing that, I wanted, yung story is, anong nangyayari dun sa banda habang tinutugtog? So, the reason bakit meron kaming back and forth maps, parang, okay, she won't be able to sing here kasi she's doing this thing on the bass here. So, I'll leave that blank. And then, I'm gonna put a break here because Mike will need to turn on the snare on the drums.
That's how well you know each other. That's crazy.
So Kasi if you're familiar with the song, it starts off with a dead snare.
Mm.
Then you'll have to turn on the snare. So that's why right before it kicks into the chorus, there's a 1 bar break. So everything was intentional. Tapos inimagine ko lang anong ginagawa ng mga kabanda ko. Hindi lang natuloy. Gusto ko si Diego noon nagmamarakas the whole
I
time.
think we should play that again
Pwede pa
live.
natin gawin.
Oo. Pero may idea
Game.
ganun ko siya sinulat. May idea lang anong ginagawa ng buong banda during the whole song. Tapos pagdating nun sa break pack, okay, normal sandwich, I'm on guitar, I'm on ganyan.
This is no shame, no shame, no
Yeah,
shame.
yeah.
Right?
Inisip ko
Game,
talaga yung
game.
mga putol-putol para ganyan. So yeah, it's one of the first exercises I did na I had to think of every single member. So that's why I remember it.
I love that. I mean, I didn't know that's how you put songs together, and this like heard it twice. Assignments from Raymond. Is this something that happens?
We just did it last week.
Okay.
Last week we were in Isabela, and then Jago was complaining so much about the heat.
Yeah.
And I started saying, these words rhyme.
Yeah.
So I just started writing what he was saying, unbeknownst to him. I kept writing it, and then he comes to the room saying, Jago, listen. And then I want guitar parts that kind of sound like this and like this. And then Mong sends me guitar parts that didn't sound like the one I asked, but I liked
It's
it
awesome.
as
Yeah.
well. So now we're probably
We're trying
to drop it as how do you call it?
a leak.
I don't know.
A leak single,
Yeah, just putting
like
it
a
out
leak
there.
demo, putting it
Yeah.
out there because it was just something that we made at the moment.
And it's
like,
also
bootleg,
it's
maybe?
also time sensitive because the song is about
Heat.
the heat.
Yeah.
so you can't
Like in
that's
2
what-
weeks, it will be
Yeah, so-
no use.
Ano ba yun? Tsaka napag-google ako kasi sabi mo, alam mo ba yung drill, alam mo yung jersey?
The jersey,
Ah,
I was
Jersey
like-
beat.
I was
So
talking
ako
about
parang hanap ang jersey beat. Tapos, drill beat. Kasi may New York version.
yeah, it's
Kasi
basically
kasi it's the drill beat, but
similar, very similar.
may UK version kasi
Mm.
na I'm more familiar with. Tapos, okay.
Baliktad, nasa hi-hat yata yung syncopado ng drill nasa kick drum yung sa New York.
Oo, kasi pag pinaprogram nila, iba din. Parang sa jersey, ang iniisip nila, ahead yung, so 4 on the floor dapat siya, diba? Tug, 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 tug.
Tug.
So, ahead yung last beat. Pero sa UK, hindi nila delayed yung ano. So, iba yung one nila iniisip. Okay, that's too technical.
I mean, going into one of Jason's questions actually here, because it makes sense. Like, yeah, you wanna do it, but like going into like your shoot earlier, and I'm hearing the music that you guys are playing. Like, it's a wide array of music. It's like from indie to hip hop. Even BBL Drizzy was playing out of like, yeah, it was like okay. But then you're also going to so many places, and you have so many influences in your music overall. And now you're talking about putting drill into it. You're keeping up to date with what's happening right now, but integrating it into, I guess, a classic sandwich sound.
We're not
Keep
calling
it-
it keeping
yeah,
keeping up. We're
I think we're just really big music,
Music fans.
fans.
Yeah.
We find it exciting to listen to something new and then learn to play it and then make a new song out of it or something like that.
Yes.
So that's what excites us truly.
Parang whatever genre kasi nandyan, merong part na
There's something that
angas doon na.
oh, yung
Yung alam mo yun, for
Yes.
whatever genre it is,
Yes.
parang that part or that characteristic.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
whatever.
mindset.
yes.
I think I was in Canada last year, and then I heard this beat. I was like, what is this beat? And I had to find out what that artist is. And what do you call this beat?
Yeah.
And, oh, it's a Jersey beat. Oh, it's a relative of the drill, UK drill scene. And then you get into it, and then, all right, a song like this, pero sandwich style. So you need guitars and
Yes.
it needs to rock, and diba? So, but it's not gonna sound like anything like those genres.
No, for
but
sure.
It was just like,
You're
inspired
getting
by-
the parts that you like about it. That's
but
what you're
because
going to
you're a
use.
fan, it's never gonna sound like the New Jersey will never take
Yeah.
ownership of it or anything, diba? But
What I like is that it's like you're taking inspiration to continue to want to explore, even after so many years. It's like, let's continue to explore what sandwich can be.
Yeah, I mean, like Morena actually sounds like something that more like Orange and Lemons would do, but it's something that they also did, like exploring the rondalla and the kundiman sound. So given that, I want to ask you guys individually, what are the genres that you'd still like to explore in a sandwich song that you haven't done before?
Haven't done.
that's
They're like, what haven't we done?
Jago's been trying to. We've all been trying to figure out Afrobeat
I've been
into our
yeah,
music.
because
for real?
when I DJ, I play a lot of Afrobeat.
But
mean,
I don't think when they think of Afrobeat, mas club Afrobeat yata inisip nila.
baka, but
Mas
this is
fela.
actually mas fela talaga yung,
Mm.
and in fact, we have some,
We have some,
we have
yeah,
the stuff I've given,
some music,
so
but we
ako
haven't
lang, just,
made a complete.
yeah, trying to, I don't know, there's something
We're
about it.
trying to incorporate it na parang without, sacrificing its groove and its integrity rin, di ba? Parang without bastardizing it.
Mhm.
We still haven't found it yet.
For sure, like the Clash, for sure. Listen, alam natin yun. Listen to that. It's just hindi lang. You just can't. But it's there.
It came out like that.
It
Like
came
the
out like that.
Clash.
So okay then. So we're trying.
Pero Jason, before Morena, yun yung challenge namin is to incorporate Filipino kundiman-ish sound na into a sandwich, di ba? Rock setting, ganun. So yun yung compromise, yung Morena. Nagkaroon na siya ng funk groove,
Mhm.
plus yung lyrics na medyo malalim na Tagalog, and then the rondalya. So, I think yun yung ano namin, parang wow, trophy to Parang nagawa natin, yes.
Si Mike sent me the lyrics of Morena. And
He did
then
not remember.
he forgot.
he,
forgot.
he told Raymond, and I
years
quote,
ago, 3 years
"Hindi ako
ago.
nagsulat niyan, ikaw."
I sent him the song. I was like, this is great, Ray. He's like, you wrote it. What? Ang ganda nito.
Sa akin yung original.
And he didn't
2018.
believe it until Mong sent the text. Like, here it is. Like, here's the lyrics. You sent it to Rames. And then the original version is in Kundiman, is in dan, 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 parang harana
up.
talaga na
Ano ulit siya? Hindi siya tango.
Kundiman talaga.
Kundiman, as
Kundiman,
in,
no.
What was the reason for maybe going in that direction or incorporating that at this time?
It's our love song to the Philippines. It's
Yeah.
support local.
I love that.
Di ba? Parang minsan, we all, we all idolize, galing sa West or sa Europe or sa America or sa Japan. Nakakalimutan natin minsan na ang ganda din pala, masarap din pala pagkain dito sa atin. Or
Yeah.
ganda din pala ng mga babae dito. Parang ganon.
Mhm.
Or yung pinakamababaw na yung, ba't kailangan natin magpaputi? Di ba? With all due respect sa mga gusto magpaputi. Di ba?
Yeah.
Parang ganda naman tayo. Ox lang tayo, di ba?
But I think overall, Filipino music is going in a direction where it's being more put out there around the world, and more people are looking here than looking outside. And I love the fact that you guys are saying, okay, the feeling right now is, okay, let's put more of what the Philippines is into our music, because maybe this is the time that more people will see that.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. What are 3 albums, I guess, across the span of your career? Maybe you guys give one each, that really show the turning point, or you felt like, okay, Sandwich is going in a different direction?
Oh, that's a good question.
3 albums or?
Well, you can do one each, or maybe something like that.
Albums that define
Our
Shape.
albums.
Yeah, define a very like specific moment in
Pivotal to
yeah,
the band.
pivotal moment.
Sa akin, for me, yung Thanks to the Moon. That's our that's when we are parang independent. We were dropped by the
Can we
major
talk about
label.
that for a moment?
Yes,
Because,
go.
Everyone knows, like, a lot of people, the impression of Sandy, like, they're super tight, they're friends, parang they've always been happy, right?
Mhm.
And now that Mike mentioned Thanks to the Moon, parang what was it like being dropped at that moment? Like,
It was heartbreaking.
Nakatakot, Jason. Sobra.
We
As
were in a meeting and they told us, maybe you can sound different. Can you sound like this kind of music? And we've never been, diba? Parang, hey, can you not sound like this? We don't, they said it nicely, but we don't like how your album sounds. We don't think it will sell. So can you try sounding like this? Yung Uso, whatever it was
Yeah.
at the time. And we're like, no, thank you. So they dropped us nicely. I mean, we're still friends with the same
As
people.
nicely as one can drop
Drop you,
somebody.
Definitely.
But we still proceeded to record the album.
Yeah.
There, that's that.
Gently.
okay.
And that's where Two Trick is from. Right?
Yes, the Trick Pony.
There's a lot of really good songs there.
Yeah, that album got you into EMI after, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ayun.
Somebody there heard something. So
Or Two
I
Trick
think
was a
Two Trick-
hit.
Two
Really. Was
the single
it
was
a hit.
also
A hit.
Nahuhulog,
Yeah.
as your story with your dad, and Masilungan came out of there as well.
Other albums
Five on
in
the
your career?
Floor.
5 on the floor, of
Floor.
course.
That was the This
The
is
next-
that sound, the new sound of
Yeah.
Sandwich, live and in the studio.
New singer.
New guitar player.
No, that was a moment for sure. I remember that video coming out for Suko, and I was like, "What? Crazy!"
New singer. Who's that other guitar player?
Another album.
I'd say Debris. Sige, singit ko na. I think Debris sonically sounds so far parang, this is just me as guitars, Mong and I's guitars, and ano, ang ganda ng tunog. That to me sounds like really,
Yun ba yung most sandwich na album for you?
yung tunog niya kasi medyo,
Hindi, parang
hindi
first
ko-
time mo na-realize na this is what I wanted my guitar to sound like in the first album.
Oo,
parang ganun,
Si
oo.
Mong is the
Oh,
guy
that's
who engineered
epic.
my
Something
stuff.
like that.
You know, I let
Yeah.
him listen to things. Ay, kaya ko yan. Okay yun. Tapos paglabas ko, gundo. Gusto ko nga ng ganyan. So, to me, that sounds parang, how do I explain? Yeah, just sonically, for my ears, it just sounds really saya.
The most.
Parang papunta na tayo.
Tsaka
doon.
parang during that time kasi we were really focused on, apart from writing the songs, okay, kind of started in Fat Salt and Flame. Kind of.
Oo, papunta na
Oo,
tayo
papunta
doon.
na.
Papunta na tayo doon.
Tapos, pero syempre, matagal makapag-acquire ng gear eh. So
Yun.
may gear acquisition involved
That's right.
to it.
To create that.
So, the span of 3-4 years,
yeah,
parang,
that's true.
ito pala yung ginamit ng Mudhoney, ganyan.
Oo,
Parang
ito,
you'd always read stuff on Guitar Player, Rolling Stone, or whatever, how they did it. It's very specific. Parang, kunwari, si Dimebag sinabi na, yung tunog na yan kasi sa 4-track ko rin-record. Tapos ngayon, pag pinahingam, so, when you're a kid, parang you'll take it for what it is. Pero once you're older and then you've experienced going to studio with tape or studio or
And you can afford the gear.
Yeah.
or not even, you can recognize the differences. Parang, yung pala yung sinasabi niya na it hit tape, so
May
may something. It's, and to quote
Real tape
the
saturation.
late great
crazy.
Steve Albini, it's warm.
Yeah, one.
He hated that word.
R.I.P. Steve.
But yeah, ayun, sa ako lang, Debris, if this is 3 records, then that's like a good selection.
Tsaka ano ba, collab tayo, collab pala, pag mas collab with Rico B.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rico B. Sa ano pa bang may collab? Ito, anong mga songs natin may collab?
With Tirso.
Debris rin. Hindi, Fat Salt and Flame.
That's
Meron
it.
ba?
That's it, I think.
I think
An independent song with Ice.
Oh, hindi, pero bilang wala.
konti lang ano.
So it's mostly been you guys throughout. You haven't really collabed with too many other artists in the sense of sandwich.
Post remixes, may
Yeah.
mga
Okay.
Or with BP for
BP Valenzuela.
Oh yeah.
For the Coke thing.
But si Rico bilang ang ang singer na nakakanta sa Sandwich.
So, baka soon. Yun yung explore natin yung collabs.
So yeah.
Yung
Never-
next album namin collabs lahat.
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 Yeah.
Pero si Glock 9 lang.
Oh, for real?
Hello, Aris. No, I think because we're working with different people than outside of the band. So all the time.
That is true.
So we never thought about, we need to work with this person. We practically work with everybody, in
Yeah.
our vicinity. So
Or rin, napansin ko, bukod sa parang gusto rin natin lahat subukan. Meaning, may singing part na usually gahanap ka ng collab kasi you want a different texture of voice or different type of playing. Pero kunwari, kailangan natin yung babang boses dyan na Jego, kantahan mo tong alam mo yan? We're collabing constantly
Yes.
within the band.
Within.
I think the other thing is
Everything we need is here.
the other
Love
thing it's the mahirap yun i-promote or play live. Kunwari if you
Yeah,
get
that's true.
if you get a
That
girl
actually-
singer,
that
if
makes
you
sense.
That's
if you
actually
get
an
You guys
excellent
play a
point.
lot.
Totoo
if you
yan.
get somebody like Yeng
Yeah.
or Glock 9,
Yeah.
parang-
Like Rico, he can't
Oh,
just
we
show
can't.
up.
Yeah, we
just
can't.
can't show up to
But-
every gig that we
but
do,
here's
right?
the thing. Now the technology allows you to have it played back
Ano
with
sasabihin
you
mo, Diego?
live.
Ano sasabihin mo? Para matuloy. Lagay mo sa? Lagay mo na lang sa?
But now,
Sakit mo na
yeah,
lang.
the technology will allow
Lagay mo na
you
lang
to
sa
have
pakig.
that guest musician or singer play with you live.
That's true.
Diba? So maybe we'll explore that.
Maybe a hologram?
Why not?
Why
Diba?
not?
It could be parang projected by not a hologram but yung video projection lang
True.
na nakasync sa playback mo.
Which,
Diba?
which is why we're confident with playing Morena. Kasi we can bring the rondallas with us.
Anywhere.
We
Yeah.
can bring
The rondalla and the
torotots with
horn
us.
player in every show.
Even
Talking-
ibang araw na lang, may horns and strings and all those extra stuff, extra sauce.
Talking about the live music experience, you guys are known for having amazing live shows. Can you give us some of your favorite moments, like maybe some of your favorite performances you guys have had over the years? Something that really
We
sticks
had
out.
a 20th anniversary show in Metro Walk in
Yeah.
the Metro tent. That was fun. It was on a big stage with Juno directing it with lights and costumes and transitions and everything,
The whole
right?
9 yards.
But we didn't feel as comfortable in it because because it was a big deal. It was
Yeah.
it was a bigger stage. There was a lot of lights.
Mhm.
But after the show, we had a little secret.
It's a main stage,
That's the
and
main
then there's a
stage.
secret
We had a secret
after walk to the other end of the hall where there was a smaller
sa likod.
stage.
We had a small stage.
At the other end, the other side of the audience.
Yeah, the other
All they
side.
had to do was turn around because we passed through the side and came out there and played
So as the people were leaving, we were playing on a smaller stage.
at the
That
back.
is so epic.
It was just so rock and roll, and
Yep.
we had like alcohol already,
yeah.
and we didn't have a set list
Mhm.
anymore. So I think we just had 5 songs, but there was a mosh pit happening and stage diving.
Everyone was there in
and-
front of us, and because we were on a higher stage for the main show, but this one we was just all on the floor.
Yes.
So it was closer to everyone. It's like the old time,
Yeah,
like
it was-
old, I like a old.
It was more
small
rock
bar.
and roll.
Yes.
And here's another one. This one's the best. We had the opportunity to play Clock and Flap in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And we arrived at the venue for the show an hour before the set. And we were called on stage to set up. As soon as the band before us was finishing their set, Mike was still in the other side of Hong Kong.
Exploring na. Ano,
Exploring.
Parang yung bagong thing pa lang na yung pork bun eh. Sabi na,
Exploring pork buns.
Oo nga eh. Parang
Like he was a ferry away. He wasn't in the same
Side.
side. He was on a different side.
Clock and Flap used to be on Kowloon side, not where it
Not
is now.
and
So,
yun
but he was in Central.
He was used to, festivals in Manila where everything was always late, but Hong Kong was not late.
They're on
They were
time.
on time. And it was like, Mike, sasalang na tayo. Hindi ko pa ubos yung lunch ko. I don't care. You gotta get here. He barely made it.
Si Raymond was actually on the drum kit.
You were
The
sitting.
two stories are
He was
he was
sitting
already
on
on the drum
He
kit.
was sitting on the.
I was
You were
on-
ready.
No,
Yeah.
I was pissed. We could have disbanded.
It could have
that.
been the last show.
Could have been
that
our
Mike had
last
ever
show.
played.
Almost not next
Oh.
album.
It was our
Almost,
biggest
yeah.
show to date.
Yeah.
It was like
Up
an
until then.
international.
For sure.
We were
It's a
invited.
moment,
We
for
were,
sure.
everything was free and.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next year Pedicab played, Mike was there first before sound check.
He's like, not again.
Never
He
again.
brought
It
the
was
pork
like,
buns with him.
no.
Awesome.
The Rose Bowl.
We
was
did
fine.
the
It was
Hollywood
fun.
Bowl in
Oh, yeah,
Hollywood
Hollywood
Bowl in
Bowl.
LA.
LA.
I think we're the only. I mean, that's to me, it's
That's
one of those.
insanity.
We might be
right?
the
How is
only
that like?
Filipino rock
band that's ever
to play the
played
Hollywood Bowl. I think
We didn't
What?
headline it. We didn't
We didn't
headline
It
headline.
doesn't
It's just-
matter.
The-
Apple the App had a
Filipino
a
festival.
Filipino festival. So
Yeah.
he invited. So they played
Harana Kings played.
Harana Kings.
Martin.
Yeah.
Filipino Heritage Night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then we were the rock band that was invited to play.
The token rock band.
Hell yeah.
So
But-
yeah, that was fun. Yeah. Backstage was they had a real electronic electric moving stage that would turn around and you'd see all the posters of like Hendrix
Jimi
and
Hendrix, the Beatles.
But the backstage or the waiting part was the coolest part. Dahil yun nga.
Yeah,
No,
you
no, no.
Take
let-
us backstage.
that wasn't-
Take us
That wasn't,
backstage. What
that wasn't the
happened?
coolest part. The coolest
oh
part.
was
This is the coolest part of that show. After the show, Apple said, "I have a birthday party at the W. This is the password." So he gives us the password. What's the password? I forgot a
I
password.
forget.
He might still
Something
be
like-
using it. So don't.
I know the password. What's the password?
Bebot.
Bebot. It was something like just say Bebot to the. And it was like a scene from Zoolander. It was several velvet ropes. and secret elevators, like 3 or 4.
It was,
It's
you
like,
don't go through the main.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Hindi pa, wala pa tayo doon. It's
Here
like,
you go.
it's
Final
like,
tap.
you gotta say bebot all the time, and then they let you in. And but when you get upstairs,
Bumukas.
wherever you pagbukas mo, yung nagdi-DJ
Si Will I
si
Am.
Will I Am.
What? What?
It was a Hollywood party.
Yeah.
It's like the who's who.
Sino yung
in-
makulit na yung journalist na kinakausap tayo? Rolling Stone nga ba?
Parang
Rolling Stone,
sabi
diba?
nila,
Sabi
That's what he was saying.
Anak ng-
Filipinos, and it was like free drinks and food. It was like
there was a couch like this and a small table in front of you. Bottles of beer in front. That's just per table. It was the whole place.
and it was all,
Tsaka may
Hollywood.
security tayo, may
May
velvet
sarili
rope
kaming
eh.
security.
Sarili kaming
parang-
security people.
Sa Hollywood clubbing, basically.
You'd think they were lying in Zoolander, but it was actually happening.
Ang naalala ko ang Entourage.
Parang ganun.
Parang ganun din yun. No?
Oh, yeah!
Sabi namin.
I
Dumaan
remember
kami sa kitchen.
I remember the hot
Diba?
dog we had afterwards.
Ang sarap
That-
yun.
sa baba.
Dirty Dogs.
There was the dirt, on the sidewalk after.
With the onions.
Yeah.
Just to cap off the night
Yeah.
completely.
So, yeah.
Because we were jet lagged.
Of course.
So we were just like in a daze.
Yeah.
We weren't even drunk. We were just
the
jet
whole
lagged.
experience.
Yeah,
The whole
the whole-
thing.
Anyways,
Yes.
Three,
that
4
was
days.
great. Yeah.
They took care of us for 4 days. We stayed after, pero on our own accord,
Yeah.
diba? But the 4 days, so the first day was rehearsals. Kahit yun, nakaka-starstruck eh. Kasi, so, we rehearsed
Sa may Sound
around
City.
a block or
in
2 away.
Burbank, where
Yes.
the studios were.
A block down from Sound City,
Sound
where
City,
Rage
yep.
Against the Machine and Red Hot.
The
and
Foo Fighters.
The Foo
Foo
Fighters
Fighters.
record.
Wow.
And the rehearsal space we...
Kay Kelly Clarkson ba yun?
Hindi, nandun sila. So,
Ah,
when you enter, it's the PRS warehouse. So PRS guitars on your right. Tapos you go to Studio A, B, and C. Studio A, Kelly Clarkson yung nagre-rehearse. Studio B, kami at si Martin ba?
Martin, I
Si
think,
Martin.
yeah.
So Sandwich Martin. The Studio C, Pussycat Dolls.
No. Si Pussycat Doll was doing Fergie.
Huh?
What's her
She
name?
was-
She was doing.
She was Nicole.
Si Nicole. Yeah.
Was singing. Fergie wasn't around anymore,
Yeah.
so she was the girl.
It doesn't get more 2000s
So-
than that. It's like that.
So Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
siya, kasi Pinay siya eh.
Oo. Siya na yung
Siya
nag-replace
yung kumanta
kay
that
Fergie.
Pero may Pussycat Dolls rin.
Wala.
Wala.
She was rehearsing her part for the Black Eyed Peas.
Fergie's part.
Okay.
Pero wala yung Black Eyed
Eyed Peas.
Peas.
Tapos,
Oh, okay.
I mean, nandun yung band nila.
Yeah.
But, pero wala sila.
so natas nag-yosi pa tayo at the time. Tapos ang kayosi natin, mga gitarista ni Kelly Clarkson.
Hey.
And then the backstage, yun nga, yung dun sa electronic thing na yun, dun mismo talaga nakaupo si Jimi Hendrix at sila, the Beatles, dun sila naghintay. That's who played the night after us.
Radiohead.
Oh, what?
Yes, because you could see the marquee. Tomorrow, Radiohead. Today's sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwich and Martin
Exactly.
Tomorrow, Radiohead.
All right. You know, after everything and such a long career, so many great albums, so many great performances, where do you guys want to keep it going? I mean, we have a lot of new music coming out. Is there a bigger project coming out? Do you plan on having more projects? What's next for you guys?
We're discovering this new technology we're using, and it's enabling us to.
It's enabled us.
It's called AI.
It's letting us play old songs from previous recordings that we could never pull off live because it's so layered
Yeah.
in the studio. So we're trying to incorporate it in our live set,
That is awesome.
and it's very, very cool. Right now, we're very excited.
So it's
rehearsing.
about
Still trying to be better musicians, better players.
Wanna keep playing and making stuff.
it's really about that
basically.
live experience and just keep it going and playing all the hits from before in just a new way, giving it to the people. I love that.
Because of today, we're going to play Neuromancer
And
soon.
Balintawak.
And Balintawak.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta play that again, and now we can put the strings in and everything
Yeah.
that we couldn't pull off live before.
I love that. Well, thank you guys for being here today.
Thanks for
Thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
having
you.
us.
Super appreciate it. This has been Billboard Philippines Volumes, and yeah, this has been a fun one. Thank you guys.
Billboard Philippines.